Welcome back to my road to recovery for small business. My name's Narelle Melhuish and I have a small business in regional New South Wales. And every day during this pandemic, for at least the next 10 days, I've decided to turn up and just post a vlog about how I'm feeling, how we're going to get through this, and maybe some solutions. For me, it's to change my mindset from being right in there amongst all the drama to get out there and look at possibilities. Today I've named it Manifestation. It's my number 3 blog, and hopefully there may be something in this for you. So I love small business, and for me at the moment it's about finding the tools that we can use to move forward, and things have definitely changed. I would say I'm a very practical person, and I think in small business you need to be. You have to be practical about what's going on, practical about the day-to-day, about the finances, about your staff, just practical in the way you push through and make things happen. However, at the moment I think we really could all do with a little divine intervention, at least for myself and my family and my team, to help us get to the other side of this pandemic. So as I said, I'm turning up, and this is all about mindset. And last night I've got a family story to share with you that talks about manifestation and why I came up with that. But again, I woke up this morning at 4:12, and usually I just go straight for my phone. It really is a habit. I might want to look at Facebook, read my emails, things like that, and I'm really trying to resist doing that. So just for fun, I decided that I would Google the angel number 412, and I'm going to read this to you. And I thought it was profound. So the angel number 412 is a message that the hard work and effort you have put towards serving your life purpose has been acknowledged by the angelic spiritual realm, and you have manifested your well-earned rewards. Well, actually made me feel warm and fuzzy. Certainly that's how I feel that it was for my life before the pandemic, because I would say that I had a perfect life. I had a great team, I had a fantastic job, and I could travel the world. I didn't do that all the time. In fact, I liked being home and organising things here and making business work and making small business work. But during this pandemic, things are different. It's now looking at trying to create a new perfect world from what we have, and we're still not settled with that. So every morning now, I work towards looking at either some meditation, or I'm following Andrea Roman. And she professes that we create our own reality. And in the end, we create what we focus on. If we focus on what we want or what we don't want. And I know sometimes we do focus on the things that we don't like. And for me now, I'm going to start to focus on the things that I want. And that's where it comes back to my story from last night. Our daughter, Hayley, she's 21. She's been overseas working for 6 months as part of her uni degree. And the world is her oyster. She's always managed to, she's a goal-seeking missile. She always seems to manage to get what she wants. However, it's not easy. She really fights to do that. She fights to get it. She not fights arguing wise, but she really works hard to do that. It doesn't come to her easily. And that's why we have the story that I need to tell you. We were, yesterday, she's recreating the house. She should be in Sydney at university, but the university's closed. So they're doing online learning. So she's moved back home, and she's been trying to recreate the household. Most of it's been positive, but we've been suggesting that it's actually our house, and we like the things the way they are, but we're slowly getting into the rhythm of that and enjoying each other's company. And it's lovely to have a young person in the house because it's fantastic energy. Well, yesterday she was recreating her space in her room, and she had the bed moved, she had the painting on the wall, the images of what she was doing, and she found a fabulous 3D image for the wall, which I'll show you. And she worked with that all day. There was delight about where I'm going to put it, what it's going to look like, how I'm going to do it, when it's going to come in the mail, what position will I have, will I get this colour, won't I get that colour, will I move the bed around, oh goodness, I don't like that with that. And the whole day was consumed with delight. So we get to the end of the day and she says, right, she's worked out what she's going to get, all the little bits and pieces to go with it. Got it all online, ready to go. And I've insisted that she use PayPal because it is going to come from overseas. So I wanted to make sure that it was legitimate. Well, wouldn't you know it, the PayPal didn't work. It just would not go through. No matter how many times we tried, thank you for the birds. No matter how many times we tried, it kept faulting out. So I've said to her, do you know, Hayley, maybe we're going through a pandemic. Maybe getting this is really not a good idea. Well, she wouldn't have any of it. And at the end of the day, that's her reality and that was mine, so I just let that go. But she was not happy. And I said, well, can we try and find it somewhere else? So we tried other avenues, different online opportunities and shops. And if she did find it, they were sold out. Then if she did find another one, it wasn't the right one. So I just said, you know what? It's in manifestation. It will come. They're sold out. You just keep going back day after day, having a look to see if you would do that. Well, lo and behold, we tried one more time on the internet. I just had a bit of a look. And up pops this website with almost identical, the 3D image that she wanted to put on her wall. 50% off, all the details. It was like a miracle. It was like she had decided with her vision that she was going to have this, and so we went through and we bought it and it's coming online. And what I wonder is I have a few things that I'd like to manifest that are not really coming through so quickly. And I just wonder if I've not let go of a few things that I'm holding on to. There's some space that we have that I'd just like that to be released, and I've been asking for that to be released, and you know, it's not released. Maybe I'm holding on to that. And I just looked back and I thought, well, I wonder what it was that Hayley had that made that work. And what I discovered, that it was her vision. She had the vision, she could feel it, she could touch it, she could see it, she had the plan, it was all worked out, and we hit a roadblock. What did we do? We got angry about it and sat in that anger for 5 or 10 minutes and then decided to find another way. And we did the same again and again and again over the course of probably an hour and a half. And eventually she came up with what she wanted. So she still is someone who pushes through that way, but it was that vision that carried her through to make her do that. And I know if we didn't get that last night, that she wouldn't have given up on that dream. She would have continued and gone back to those websites and done those things. And while we're going through this pandemic, I think that's, for me, it's a matter of finding some of those visions, because it's easy to turn up every day and do the bookwork, do what needs to be done, check the accounts, make sure there's enough money in it, things like that. But what are we creating and what am I focusing on? So that's my goal with this project, is to continue on to focus on what I do want to create. As I said, I'm a realistic person, so sometimes that gets in the way, but hopefully I've shared something in here that might help. And actually I would like to give a shout out to my friend Lizelle from South Africa. She sent me a lovely message today, and I know that she is feeling that the walls are coming in, and I hope that you get something out of this today. And we really do appreciate everything you do for our business to put through our newsletter. So that's a big shout out for me, and I'm looking forward to catching all of you tomorrow. Bye for now.